I mean, it's hard really to bet against Nick in this. Although, yeah, T360 is also very solid. I really don't know. Nick just had the misfortune of losing to Blue, losing to Blaze. I mean,
Yeah.
And Blaze being already over on the grand final winner's side.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, you look at both Blaze. I mean, you look at both Nick and T360. I mean, both of them have been already beaten by the person sitting in the grand finals. So regardless, we are getting some sort of redemption rematch type story for our grand finals. But it all depends on who do we want in there. Do we want T360 or do we want Nick? Because I feel like, you know, T360, he proved, a hell of a fight to Blaze. He put up a hell of a fight to Blaze. But Nick, I mean, has showed it in past tournaments that he can beat Blaze. And he can fight against Blaze and what he has to offer here. But I feel like, I don't know, man. I'm not sure how that's going to go in the Grands. But let's get into this action here. Forget about the Grands. Let's talk about the Elimination Finals here. Because it's neck and neck between both of these players. Big Seer connects. Doesn't lead to the KO, though. Nick hunting, stalking his prey with a nice...
And there's the NSIG.
Yeah.
NSIG to connect right on the stage. We saw that before. But Nick was not really in a position to stop it.
Oh, what a punish. What a
And
punish.
there's the D-Light recovery.
What a punish from Nick with the nice blasters, D-Live recov, able to get that stock out of there. And I mean, you know, we've said this in the past sets before with T360. You're going to have to make sure to get that KO and then secure to make sure you actually got the KO. Because T360 is that kind of guy. Volkov is that kind of legend that will just sneakily make it back with a GCN sig or some sort of signature or some sort of option. T360 will pull it out and make sure he makes it back in positions where you think that he's not going to make it back whatsoever.
Yeah, you have to really be on guard for that. Absolutely. T360 now showing off a lot of the aerial acts that we saw earlier. We weren't seeing too much of that in the first stock, but really try to play acts, really force Nick into the air to get some of these juggling things up there. That Sig is not going to connect, but so far T360 is a bit up there. Picks up another axe, and now Blaster's going to town there.
Oh, but a big Seer though connects. Big Seer coming in from T360. Another Seer from Nick. Nick though is currently, I mean, guarding the stage right now with the blasters. Goes for the exhausted but doesn't connect. The GC side sig does connect. Going for the near, the D-Light. GC D-Light up in the heavens doesn't connect, but this Seer is gonna land and take out that second stock. And just like that, Jaguar, we have a position where T360 is up. He has a lead, but he's looking to build his damage even more. Does Nick answer back and take the second stock out of here?
Well, Nick is taking with the NSIG, so we'll see if we get a Nick special coming up soon to guard the edge here. There it is, but it doesn't connect. The N-Light does connect in there, and Nick walks into the SIG. And there's a dare. T360 touches and gets back. Sarah's well positioned, not going to be enough to KO. And that Sarah's also well positioned. That KO is great positioning on the blasters by Nick.
You know, I wonder if we can dub another signature, perhaps. You know, we see T360 time after time again. He goes for a side sig on the Volkov, and you know it has that kind of downwards hitbox as well too. Maybe we can dub that the T360 special. There we go, T360 special right there.
Yep.
But
We're
I mean,
all down for it.
Right now, T360 has such a lead. Going for a special, going for the ground pound, now not connecting. Side sig connects and leads to the KO, and just like that, game one going towards T360's favor. What a start in this best of 5.
Yeah, it started off a little bit slow, but they did get once T360 got an axe, you saw a lot of the punishing tools coming up there, and really showing off what we saw earlier today with the use of axe. So, no changes on Legends. We're still going to have Lucian going into the Volkov here.
Yeah.
So we'll see if we get any more axe or whether there are going to be any adjustments from Nick.
Yeah. And I love the average damage per engagement. Where you see T360 with a flat 5 damage per engagement. Nick, on the other hand, a flat 4 damage per engagement. I mean, even you look at the damage between both of these players, they were pretty much even. It shows how neck and neck these players are, and you know how much they're fighting to get into, I mean, the grand finals and guarantee themselves a top 2 placement. But I mean, hey, it all depends on the performance here. They're all in, I mean, a podium spot, but they're looking for more. They're looking not only for that second place, they're looking for that first place to get that Mandalorian crossover sponsored by Ubisoft. I mean, they're looking to take home glory. They're looking to take home this first place. but it all depends on how they perform here. And right now, Knic is performing well on these guitars. They're looking to build up damage right now, and that's what he's doing. He's playing a little bit more calculated, a little bit more slower, kind of adapting to the playstyle of T360 just a little bit.
Yeah, we're saying like T360 now is on Axe, so maybe that will change. Since T360 did start with Scythe, now gets the GC side like Nair Connect. Back, throwing away Axe to get Scythe again. Not able to really connect on that. So Knic gets back to stage. The Knic special does not connect. DC does not connect. And Knic, and there's the side C to connect for Knic. So Knic takes the first stock here.
Yep, and this is what we like. This is what we like to see coming in from Knic. I mean, he's starting off. He's building some sort of lead for himself, but he needs to really fully build this lead. He cannot afford to go on like that, where a big Seer connects and just like that, damage is even. You cannot afford to go damage, you know, go even with T360. I mean, with the Axe coming in from him, it hits hard, it hits like a truck. The signatures from him as well too, hits hard, hits like a truck. So he's gonna have to try to get these leads and build these leads to benefit him in the future and in the long run.
Right, absolutely. You're seeing like the T360 going right now with the Axe there. Not going to get too much, not going to really be as devastating as before. There's a 3-piece. Knic just dodges another aerial attack. And there's Dare.
Nice.
Yeah, T360 absolutely going for these aerial things and trying to land end light.
Knic special!
Yeah.
That's it. That's it. That's
and
enough.
won't make it back.
Wow.
T360 didn't have any tricks in his bag that time. This is too far down.
No cats up his sleeves. No more tricks in the book indeed, but T360 going down to this last stock here, looking to take this second stock out of here as quickly as possible perhaps. But Knic lives another day, going for the unarmed down stick, but a haymaker this time is going to be enough to take him out, and just like that, tying up the stocks once again, even as can be, neck and neck between both of these players.
Right. So we have a T360 on the Axe again and trying to guard that weapon. Knic now has the blasters. Holds on to the Sig. It's not going to connect, but at least doesn't get punished. And they're kind of dancing around each other right now on this last stock. It's both very important to both of them. And there's a Dare punish for ground pound.
Oh no!
Knic, Dare will connect, and that will not let TD360 back.
No way. This is the second time in today's tournament where, I mean, we saw he just snagged that stock away. There's no way. You look at the damage. I mean, T360 was excelling in everything. He had the lead coming down to the end. He had the damage lead. And just somehow or the other, just Knic, all it takes is just one unarmed Dare, Jaguar. One unarmed Dare is all it takes to bring a game around. Yeah.
Well, Knic had T360 all damage, but Knic had the advantage of being in the right place at the right time to deliver that fatal blow.
Yeah, and we'll get out probably in the replays here, perhaps, where, I mean, you kind of look at the position where he's in, where T360's on yellow. Just one Dare is all it takes, and that's it. Wow. That's just such a crazy way to go out. But regardless, folks, it's 1-1 tied up. It's anybody's game here for sure. But this game series is going to mean a lot because it's going to really determine who's going to have who's going to put that extra pressure onto their opponent. Because if Knic wins this, I mean, he's going to put that extra pressure onto T360 because he's on match point. He's going to feel that pressure of, oh my god, I'm backed up in the corner here. I'm going to have to win this game. Otherwise, I can't push it game 5. I can't win it. And same thing could be said for T360 here. But immediately starting off, I mean, like we saw in that last game, how even it was. This game, once again, going even as can be.
So far, we have a few offstage interactions, but not really too much coming out of them. Although I saw Knic earlier in the stock was really hoping to go for a ground pound, take a quick stock again.
Oh my god.
Right place at the right time. There's Dare for right place at the right time.
Oh, he touched.
T360 does manage to touch, and there's the Knic special. And now the weapon throw for good measure.
Yeah, you're gonna have to make sure to go for those good measures. By the way, Knic, we've said. I mean, T360, he's a sly one, man. He makes it back somehow. But T360 looking, he gets this there. Probably a side sig here, perhaps. Goes for the ground pound, doesn't get it fully though. Looking to get it off stage. T360 though, really looking to get the stock out of here as quickly as possible. Goes for the side sig, not connecting. Went for the Dare into the GC sideline, not connecting once again. And Knic is racking up some nice damage right now, building a lead for himself. Going for that side sig, not connecting. Knic though, still racking up the damage. Huge damage being built up. Oh my goodness, man. It's looking like T360. Ooh, side sig. Connects, leads to the KO. I was about to say, maybe, you know, he doesn't. T360 just couldn't find the option to get the KO, but he was able to get it with a side stick Jaguar and basically tie up the stocks here.
Just ran Knic out of options there on that one, really, because Knic had no option, no choice but to cover into that area.
Yep, indeed. And just like that, I mean,
So
T360 is... He basically brought this one back here, Jaguar.
Yeah, absolutely. Catches a dodge. It doesn't have any options to get backstage. And Knic, ground pound will take it. Yeah, T360 went back to stage right away because it was sweating, but was still able to control the stage enough to get that ground pound.
Yeah.
So now T360 is the one trying to get a bit of extra damage before the stock is taken. Avoiding in there, we've got T360 on scythe, and there are a couple guitars avoids the Knic special because it goes right on top. There's a good Sair. See, T360 is in a weapon throw defensively, gets up the axe now.
T360
and there's
special.
A good and light,
Nice
and
two-piece
a
combo.
good punish on that whiff. 3-piece there.
Wow.
And already Knic is in orange, still trying to get that second stock.
Oh, it just holds!
And there it is. I can't believe that worked, but I guess T360 didn't really have very much way to avoid it.
For real. He definitely caught me off guard just holding it. And I mean, it worked out. He was able to get it out of there. Gets the recovery. Nothing more, though, off of the end sig. Side sig, though. T360 does have Knic right where he wants him. All he needs is one good signature. Goes for the side sig. Gets the sidelight instead. Now, probably picking up the axe. Looking for maybe a ground pound or Sair, perhaps a KO. Here we go. Sair connects. Does it knock out, though? Doesn't. Lives another day. Knic still trying to fight to push this now to 2-1. But side sig comes out, and just like that, T360 puts Knic on to match point.
Right. Yeah, that's like axe is always a scary weapon to face against, especially when it's in T360's hands.
No, 100%, man. You're gonna have to be careful with T360's axe, man, when you're fighting T360 when he's over on axe, man. And I mean, his scythe as well, too, has been cooking up a bunch, but we saw in that last game. I mean, you look at the damage, I would say it's evenly spread across the board. It's what, like 217 or so? It's 315, I'd say. So, I mean, still pretty even in terms of damage, but we got our fourth game here, which could probably be the last game here for Knic on stream. I mean, it's hard to say that. It's hard to say that Knic, someone who has win in past in-house tournaments. I mean, recently in the Spirit Sovereigns 4 tournament, he won with one of our clanmates, Novez. And I mean, in the past tournament as well, too, the past Spirit Wars 2. He won that tournament as well, too, where he received the Chewbacca crossover. So to see someone like Knic in the Elimination Finals, and I mean, he's on match point now against T360 is crazy to see.
Well, that's a testament to the level of the competition here, but you've got these people in there that's all really solid.
Oh my goodness!
Going off on axe again.
Oh my goodness. Bro, T360 heard we were talking about Knic. He was like, bro, you guys need to shut up and start talking about me. Let me show you something, man. And he showed us that amazing axe combo. And he's still racking up so much damage, man. So much damage. Just
really taking advantage of his advantage state to really build up a lot of damage. Now almost up a whole stock. That's a recovery call, but it won't be enough. And Knic is still looking for that slot. Sair's sidelight Sair. Not able to get too much more off. So Knic is in orange, still trying to get that first stock. The Knic special is not connect. There's weapon throw, and T360
That's enough.
Unfortunately, the other side of the edge, that could not work. But give it a good try. At least, I don't blame T360 for trying and hoping that the laws of geometry would behave differently.
Yeah. And I mean, right now, you're seeing that, I mean, the lead has already been established. Even though he lost that stock there, he already has a good foothold into this game number 4. And like we said, it could be match point here for Knic. Knic needs to win this game to push it to game 5 to still have a chance in today's tournament. But T360, all he needs is one good game, and that's it. He's going to be going into the grand finals. So, big ground pound coming for T360, and just like that, almost a full stock up, Jaguar. A full stock up onto Knic.
Absolutely, like Knic definitely needs to pick up a quick stock, but it's tough because you probably want to have the guitars here to get a quick KO. unless you're going to be doing more damage building on blasters. But
Yeah.
I'm worried how long you're going to keep doing damage building. Like, I do not want to be facing Axe any more than I absolutely have to.
Right. That's so true. But I mean, Knic is, I mean, he's doing a fantastic job into kind of playing on the edge and playing around with T360 and avoiding any big hits and trying to find something good started here. But speaking of getting something good started, T360 with the axe, just racking up so much more damage. But Knic answers back with a double sear. Going for a third, perhaps? Going for the ground pound. T360 lives. Weapon throw. That's enough, right? No, he makes it back.
Nope, T360 touches.
That's Sly Goose, bro.
Yep.
Knic, though, goes for the side sig. T360 with side sig of its own. End sig from Knic. Damage, though, still being racked up. Sear, Knic special. Oh, he went for it.
There it is.
T360
It won't
scouted
connect.
it. Big recover.
Recovery will connect, and so orange is, it's definitely like I would much rather be in white, but orange is not too bad of a spot to catch up from.
Yeah, but he's gonna have to climb this hill. And all eyes are on Knic at this point, because if he wants to win this one, he needs to beat T360 and push it to game 5. Otherwise, it's lights out. Curtains are closing soon here, because it seems like T360 has Knic on the ropes. He gets a sidelight. Nothing more, though. A signature, perhaps? Knic finds his footing, picks up the guitars, the trusty guitars. The weapon that has won him so many tournaments. He gets the NC. Building up more damage. Weapon starving him now over on to the blaster, but T360 is not afraid. He's going unarmed. He throws out the haymaker end line. Picks up the axe now. T360 has him on the rope still. Still though, Knic building up the damage. The side C coming out from him. Man, T360 hits the end line, and that is it. Dethrones the champion of past tournaments. T360 gets his way into grands.
What a game. That was well, I think a lot of the axe stuff. Knic really put up a really good fight in that third stock to basically take it to a situation where either side could win, and to come from behind like that, it's just unfortunate that, unfortunately for Knic, that T360 did have that end light that would be enough to take the stock and Knic's tournament run in third.
Yeah, I mean, once again, it's sad to see someone like a champion of someone like Knic. I mean, someone who's won it in 2s, in 1v1 tournaments, in-house tournaments, and to just see him, I mean, lose in elimination finals, it's sad to see. But like you said, Jaguar, the competition is just evolving over time.